Primos.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. So, what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about
Friends.
friends.
Can the opposite sex be friends?
Can you be friends with the opposite sex?
I can. I'm a friendly ass bitch.
Friendly as bitch. Yeah.
Yes. I feel like yes, in general, men and women can be friends.
Yeah. It's good to have friends from different, of different genders. I mean,
Yeah.
what are we growing up in the all-girl Catholic school?
Right.
Can't be friends.
Right.
I feel like personally, I just always have girlfriends. I
Right.
can honestly say I don't have a male best friend.
See, for me, it's the
That's
opposite.
just the way my life.
For me, it's the
The
opposite.
route my life took
like
me.
growing up, I've had more guy friends than
Mhm.
girlfriends, just because my first friends have always been my cousins, and they're
Oh.
mostly girls. In school and stuff like that, I mostly got along with boys. With girls, it was always so catty and
Yeah, I
it's
can
just
say the
weird,
same.
And then on top of that, I kind of was like a mix between I wanted to be girly, but I was also tomboyish, and then a little awkward, weird.
I think
crazy.
that's true. Girls are very catty.
Like when they're not calm and cool, I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah, I mean there are certain types of girls. They say there's
Yeah.
girls.
You gotta find your
Nowadays,
circle.
yeah, there's girls, and
Right.
there's girls that are not girls.
Uh-huh.
So I think obviously being careful with but that's not a reflection of male versus female to me.
Right.
That's just a reflection of the individual. Is the individual a good friend or not? Okay, so for me, I think you can be friends with the opposite sex, but I feel like it does change. This is my opinion. It changes when you're in a relationship. I don't know how you guys feel about that. But I feel like, let's say you have a male best friend, and that's fine. But I feel like there has to be boundaries once you're in a relationship, because it's
I mean,
how
yes.
far does this friendship go?
Right.
Is this somebody you text all the time?
There's
and
levels of
confide
the
in them?
friendship.
Yeah.
There's the
Are you gonna go hang out with them on a one-on-one basis when you're in a relationship?
Well,
I don't think so.
See, I don't think that those things should change when it's a real good friendship,
Right.
as long as it's not an inappropriate.
As long
Friends
as you
with
never
benefits.
cross those lines
Yeah,
before, right? It's
Yeah.
just a platonic friendship.
Right,
I
exactly.
believe that you shouldn't have to change the way you carry your relationship just because you're in a relationship with a person.
Right.
Mhm.
That person that you're with should be respectful of your friendship,
Right.
just like you as an individual should be respectful of
to
your
the relationship,
relationship as
right.
well. So if those boundaries were never crossed in that way, then there's no reason why you can't continue your friendship the same way you continued it.
Right.
You've carried it previous to your relationship. That's
Yeah.
how I feel about
I agree.
it.
I feel like if it's just friends, which does exist, right,
Mhm.
with honest people,
For some people.
with honest people, obviously,
Right.
then I agree with
Right.
that.
And always you can always introduce your male friend
to your
to
partner.
your partner.
Right. I mean, I believe that you
don't
should
know.
keep your friends separate than your partner's friends. Everybody could be mutually friendly,
Yeah.
but
Intermixing with friends. you
right, everybody together.
then when
But
if the
I don't want my
relationship doesn't
friends
last-
to be my partner's friends.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
And then when we break up,
mean?
it's
awkward,
complicated.
yeah.
Obviously everybody's gonna form their own bond
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
regardless, and that's okay. But also respect the original.
So I want to
plans.
ask, going the other way around. So you're telling me if you're in a relationship with a guy, and he's like, "This is my girl best friend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go to dinner with her, or go to
Yeah.
lunch with her. You'll be okay with that."
Again, as a partner, you gotta understand the relationship, right? Okay,
Mhm.
as we're getting to know each other, dating before we become official, you're in that period. You're gonna know about this friend. You're gonna know their routine before you, during you. So it's is anything shady? Is anything changing?
Always
Are they
look-
jealous when you're around? You gotta
Yeah.
feel it out
The vibes,
too.
the
You're not
vibes.
stupid.
Always
Yeah.
look for
Tampoco,
there is
those.
tampoco es pa' que sea pendeja tampoco. You know?
Sometimes they lie and they say that they
Yeah.
never had anything.
Yeah,
when
but
they
then
did.
at that
does
point-
that change it? You feel like?
But always look for the ones that because I've had this happen where they're they never talk about this supposed best friend, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, I have
Right.
a girl best friend. No, you didn't. 'Cause
Right.
if that's what
If
it was,
really your
that's
best friend,
when
I would have
sus.
known about it from the
The
beginning.
beginning. That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
in the dating phase, right?
Yeah.
That's when you get to learn about your partner's friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
So if this person was never mentioned and they're such a big part of this your person's life,
Mm-hmm.
then you would already know at that point. You would have already met them. You would feel out the vibes.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I do feel like there's conversations that need to be had as a girlfriend. Do you feel comfortable with your boyfriend having female best friend or friend in general? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be insecure about that friendship if they've been friends since middle school and they're like bros.
Yeah, there's different, you know.
But if they've been
like,
really
levels.
close and like
siblings,
they're each, but then it's like, but if I notice or if I know that they were
an item,
they're like friends with benefits,
then
that's a whole different story. It's like, okay, I understand that you had that friendship while you were a single person.
Yeah.
But now it's like you can't, like you guys can't just reach out to each other to vent at midnight because that back in the day, like before the relationship, that would lead to, you know,
That's what
So like there's levels to it.
There's like it's like a case by case.
Yeah,
basically.
case by case. Exactly.
Not everything.
So the most ideal one, I would say, I could picture, like if someone you're just literally besties with.
Right.
The thing about me though, I personally feel like men can never be just friends. Like I feel like
it depends on the
it
type
depends
of
on
guy.
the female, like, because I feel like the minute a woman says, "Yeah, let's do it," they're not gonna say no.
Up. Right.
You know what I mean? That's the only reason why I feel a little reserved about it. Where I feel like you should be respectful.
I feel like you give women, like you give us too much credit. Because
No,
there's a lot of girls too that are like always down and like act like the guy. You know what I mean? So it's like, I get what you're saying in the back of the mind. Maybe the guy's
but
always
the girl
down
could be like a
for
friend
it.
all of a sudden, but then all of a sudden she's like,
hey,
you know
I
what?
need to use
No, I didn't want him before, but now
that he's in a relationship.
Yeah, like now I can see. I can see it. Like, you know, some girls are like that. I'm not saying
in the ideal perfect world, everyone is mature and everyone has these conversations.
No.
And, you know, but that doesn't really exist. But
there's a difference between emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
And like, you know, like a lot of people have like just different levels of like, I don't know, respect, understanding, boundaries.
Yeah.
I don't know. So yeah, I do feel like
definitely boundaries.
I think I would be okay with it, but I do feel like be honest with me from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Like, what is the scope of this relationship? And if boundaries do have to change, like maybe they were a friend that you did used to fuck around with. I feel like I should know that. If we're gonna be, if we're like full on dating, I should know, because then as my partner, we have to respect each other's. Like, if I'm like, well, I don't really feel comfortable with you guys texting each other late at night. Like, that's weird to me. You know,
for example, like for me, for example, right? Like I had F buddies, and so it's like that's just been our relationship. Like we're not friends outside of buddies, that. Like, so it's like anytime we talk,
y'all go have drinks together just to catch up and shit.
Yeah, I don't even do that.
Exactly.
But like, you know, like we're not friendly.
Wow, you're really
it's
strong
just
that.
You know.
I don't think I could ever do that.
So when I'm in a relationship, like I pause that friendship
issues.
that goes away. I don't
like with fuck buddies.
I'm so easily detached. I don't.
I have attachment issues.
Mid-episode realization. I don't know. I'm still new to the whole world in that sense. So I don't know yet either if I am the type that could just have friends without. Yeah. Like, you know, somebody that has like no attachments. I don't know yet. I don't know how I would be like that. I feel like I would also.
But see, but the thing is that like that relationship stemmed from a F buddy from the beginning. So that's all it ever was for me.
Yeah.
And then again, when I'm in a relationship, that friendship ends or just goes on pause. Like it is what it is. Like we don't have to talk until the next time I'm single and whatever. Yeah. I'm talking about like the opposite sex, right? So. Well, for me, it doesn't even matter.
Right.
But you know,
like does it get more complicated like that when you're gay? Like,
I mean, when people know that you're gay, there's always that straight person that swears you want them just because you're gay. You know what I mean? Like, and it doesn't work that way.
Possibility.
Yeah, like
it's a possibility.
It doesn't work
she could
that
be attracted
way.
To me or something.
Yeah. So it's like for me, I always feel awkward around people, especially when they know that.
Yeah.
But because you always wonder in the back of your mind, like, okay, does the guy want to be my friend because he's hoping that, you know,
he'll change you. I'm just kidding.
That, or he's hoping for a threesome with his partner or a girlfriend. You know, I think that because I'm just fucking weird and I just know how people are.
You always think that somebody has an ulterior motive. Yeah. I feel the same way too,
and then with women too, I feel like once they know, they get a little weird if they're super straight and, you know, whatever, like, they get weirded out by it.
Yeah. I think you gotta be comfortable in your own skin, not to feel that way.
Uncomfortable, right?
Yeah. But so I don't know. I personally just never had like male, like a best friend.
I had male friends,
and it's like, and if they show like attraction to you, Oh yeah, that's different.
Yeah. But just good, but they were
You're still a
good.
man, but
Yeah.
yes, like not. I've never had a
Yeah.
straight cisgendered. You gotta
Yeah.
be politically correct.
'Cause I feel like,
cisgendered
yeah.
male friend.
I mean, I don't know if I can still say he's my best friend. We were best friends throughout grammar school. Life went on. I went my own way. He went his way. He got married. He has kids. And we reconnected, I want to say maybe 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he told his wife that he was going to go out to dinner with me. And we went and had dinner, caught up on a lot of stuff. And again, it was just, I will tell you that he was somebody that I did have a crush on.
Back then.
Like in 8th grade,
Yeah.
To my knowledge, he did tell me too that he did have a crush, but he never told me because being my friend, he thought that he was never someone that I would look at, right? Like that I just wasn't his type because we had that friendship that we used to talk about everything and like what my types were. So he felt that he could never say, oh, like I have feelings for you or anything because he just always thought I'm not her type because we were friends.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's where it gets tricky.
Did that conversation happen during this dinner 3 years ago? Because then that...
Well, he told me that, but it's not like, oh,
It
I
wasn't
still
an
feel this
appropriate
way. I still feel this way
It was
today.
just in conversation.
It was just like, it was just
that.
like, I feel like you should know that this is how I felt years ago.
In conversation.
And stuff like that. And I don't look at it like at least me on my end, I'm respectful to the fact that you're married and you have kids. And I'm gonna respect that.
Yeah.
Like even though I don't know her,
Yeah.
I feel I want to consider myself a girl's girl because I don't want that type of karma in my life.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a home wrecker or whatever just because I know that I can.
Yeah.
I feel like that comes back. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like that's like a tricky
just,
area because it's like, for example, yes, it's like, see, there was like this friendship, but it's like, oh, because of like miscommunication or just like being scared of crossing a line. Like people don't tell each other how they really felt.
Right.
And it's like, oh, you could have been a thing.
Yeah.
And then some people kind of feel like, oh, the one that got away or something, right? Like,
Right.
oh, I could have been. We could
I
have
feel
been
like
a good couple together.
Everybody has
but
their
we never
own...
explored it or something.
Right.
No, I feel like you have your feelings and that's it. It is what it is. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean just because they both liked each other, it doesn't mean that they would have dated. Because,
Right.
again, they had to consider their friendship. Do we risk the friendship
Losing the
for
friendship.
dating? Like...
But I will tell you though,
because attraction is attraction. There's
Yeah.
always going to be attraction.
Yeah.
To
And a crush is just a crush.
whatever.
having male friends is fun as a female because they will tell you the in and outs of men.
Right.
It is so fun. So your
That's like
mind,
the
like
flow.
it kind of like when you have male friends that are so open with you and they like just tell you everything, then you grow into a woman who really can't be taken as a fool or as a pendeja by these men that are trying to get with you. Like, for
You already know
example,
the
like
game.
all these men that be kicking game and like I'm gonna say in Spanish, que te dan toda esa cotorra, especially Dominicans, is like the slick talk, in your ear. And some girls, if you don't know, like if you never had like that male friend that be like, they gonna tell you this and that, you
Like,
gonna
oh my
fall
God,
for
he
it. You're gonna be like,
likes
oh my
me.
God,
Yeah.
he likes me. Oh my
It's like my
God.
mama's
And me in the
idea.
back of my mind, I'm like,
Yeah.
you think you got game? Let me show you something. I'm gonna give it right back to you.
Like, I know
Como
how
te
to
va
play
tu
it back.
día?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't had like a male best friend, but like I would be open to it, like I said, with
Yeah.
like boundaries and stuff.
Yeah.
But what I've noticed is like, for example, if there's people that are like interested in me or something, and I'm like, I'm
You
not.
can't be
I don't
friends
think
with
I'm
that kind
interested.
of
Yeah,
person,
exactly.
yeah.
I'm like, I'm not interested in you,
Yeah.
but maybe we could be friends. But then I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that won't really
No.
work
Weird.
realistically because in the
Yeah.
back of their mind, they're always
They're
like,
always
Yeah.
gonna think
Kinda waiting
it's
for
gonna
a
be
chance or
yeah,
something.
or that you're
Yeah.
gonna change.
yeah, and I wouldn't feel
agree.
comfortable with that. So I would
Yeah.
like automatic, like, oh no, we can't. Like,
See, I'm the type of person that like we're adults now. We live in the real world, so we're bound to meet friends, right? In a coffee shop, at work, whatever. Like, and at that point, you're gonna meet people that are already married and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, you can meet the opposite sex and you can just be friends, neighbors, whatever.
yeah.
But the second anyone feels like, oh, they looked at me a little wrong, you set your boundaries, like if you noticed your neighbor flirted with you and they're married, then at that point you
you have to start.
yeah,
acting
you
like
can
I
just
don't play
start
that
making
shit.
up, like, you have a boyfriend or a date and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like you're
or just
good,
setting your
there's
boundaries too.
security.
Like, like don't flirt back
Yeah.
even if it's like feels
Yeah.
innocent.
Yeah,
because
don't laugh at shit if
they
you don't.
could
Yeah, like
take
don't
it
laugh
the
at
wrong
anything
way or
inappropriately
something,
because then they're gonna think that.
Because I would
it's
say, okay, I would say I do have like a male friend now, but he happens
Yeah.
to be married, and it's like
Yeah.
I have my own boundaries where it's like I don't really. I just have my own boundaries where I feel like even if we were to like go out or something, I'm like, okay, it has to be like in a group setting or
Right.
like with your wife.
Yeah.
But then I'm currently single, so it's like I'm not gonna
Yeah.
go as like me
Yeah.
and your wife. Like I'd want to do like a double date or something.
So like I feel like that would be an appropriate time where so and so says, "Hey, I'm in your area. Like, do you want to catch coffee with me?" And you know, whatever. Like we're talking outside of the group. You know, like
Yeah.
whatever. Because I feel like it wouldn't be an inappropriate get together. You know what I mean?
Like a one-on-one.
Yeah, like a one-on-one, just because this person was working in the area, so the wife is not there or whatever. But
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that he's not gonna call his wife and be like, "Hey, I'm getting
Yeah, I'm
done
here
with Tiff."
with Tiff.
You know, like it doesn't always have to
Yeah,
be
like it has
so
to be so
sus.
like
Yeah.
transparent,
Right.
Because I don't know. I don't know. I
'Cause
think
you're
me,
also
I'm
I
not
feel like when
Yeah.
you tell them too much, it also makes you look suspect. Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
No, I mean I get
I
it,
don't
but
know.
it's like also
It's complicated.
it's also like you don't want to run into the wife in the supermarket and be like, "Oh my god, I had coffee with your husband."
Oh, I didn't
You
know.
know? Yeah, and you know, like you don't want to catch somebody off guard, but it's also
Yeah,
not
yeah.
your
No,
responsibility
it's not, yeah.
for their relationship. You know, like that's on him type of shit. But
Yeah.
not saying that would ever happen, but
Like, they have
that
to be a
it wouldn't
really
you wouldn't
good
have to
couple.
worry about a situation like that. But you see something like that, you could do. Me, I feel like I'm just awkward anyway. Like I wouldn't even go with anyone, even if the person is inviting me to come to dinner with their family. Like I just wouldn't even.
See,
go,
I do
but
that.
I wouldn't
I'm
put
down
myself
for
in
group
those
shit all the
situations.
time, but like one-on-one, I'd be more like. Even like me, I don't know. I feel like my mom kind of instilled that in me a little bit, like because my mom, she's a little old-fashioned in a way. Like my mom had this thing, and like whether we like it or not, shit from our parents rub off on us.
Right.
So for example, my mom would always feel like whether it was even with family or something, like once the husband comes home, my mom would say like once their
Time to
husband
go.
comes home, it's time for you to go.
Yep.
Like can't just be there chilling,
Yeah.
like with both of them or something.
like that's-
give them their space,
Yeah.
kind of. So I just have like this old-fashioned sense of like,
Yeah.
oh. If a couple is together, I'm like
Yeah.
intruding on their space. Unless I was there with a
Yeah.
person too. But if it's just me, even if it's my sisters,
Yeah.
like for example, like because
get
I
it.
have my sisters from my other side, if their partner's home, it's like, okay, time for us to go. Like collectively.
Yeah.
Not just if I'm there. If it's me, my mom, my sister, and her man comes over and it's like, okay, we'll have a little good time together, but it's like, okay,
Yeah.
give them their space now. Like I was just
I
raised
agree.
like that. So I feel like it always stays in the back of my mind,
Yeah.
like, oh no, I'm intruding on this couple's like time
That
or
just
something.
kinda
You know what I mean? I don't know. It's
I don't want
weird.
to say that it's common sense, but I feel like that would be like the norm. Like that's what you're.
Probably.
I think that's what you're
I
supposed to do because I would do the same.
That's what I'm saying, but maybe
I
it's
don't
a
know if
cultural
it's
thing.
just.
I don't know. Maybe
Yeah, I
it's a
don't know
cultural
if it's
thing.
just that.
Because people have different
Yeah.
point of views on that. They're like, no, I'm gonna be sitting here chilling. Like, I'm
Well,
gonna be best
sometimes
friends.
it depends. Like,
I
it
mean,
also
I leave
depends
it to
on
the
your.
homeowners to be like, oh, hey, no, stay. You know, don't worry.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
you're staying for
But
dinner.
I would feel weird. You know, I don't know.
We just don't have those
still be
social.
like,
But what if it's
Yeah.
like something in a setting where they know you were coming, they just come, they go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. Again, everything depends.
everything is
on
like case by case. Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess so.
But
But that's just like
scenario.
I
one of the
do
things that's always
feel
on the back of
that-
my head.
having friends of the opposite sex is good for you because it just teaches you like emotional,
perspectives.
and other
Mhm.
perspectives, and it's just good to do. Like, look at kids when they're friends with the opposite sex growing up, like it's all innocent and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and it's just good because you get to learn. Like a boy will learn that girls you can't, not that you can't, but there's
How to be
different
gentle.
ways how to treat a girl versus a girl treating a boy. Like the friendships
Right.
are all the dynamics are different.
They could learn a lot. Yeah, because I
Yeah.
do see some men that like only have male friends. That
Yeah,
are,
they're
especially like
mad
a bunch of
rough.
frat boys
Frat
and
boys.
shit. Like
Yeah.
they
I
might
hate that.
be terrible
Yeah.
fucking partners because they're
Terrible
just like they're just
people.
used to like being a boy's boy and like always being
Yeah.
with men.
Or like,
And
if
then a
they're
girl is just an
jarheads.
accessory versus
Or
like a man
machista.
that knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Machista.
Yeah, exactly. Or a
Machista.
man that
Yeah.
knows like how a woman thinks, how a woman
Mhm.
perceives certain things. They can learn that from their female friends, I feel like. So
Right,
that's
right.
definitely a thing. So what about the other aspect?
A
The
little
other aspect.
twist.
Being friends with.
Exes.
Yeah, being friends with exes.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
little
have a
different.
problem either, unless you really were a bad ex. Like
Right.
I don't feel like, as a grown person, I don't feel like you have to be enemies. But then again, it also comes with levels of maturity. There's some people that once that's done, they don't want to know about you.
Yeah.
But to me, it's different. I feel like if we ended like really bad, you were a terrible person, yo no quiero saber de ti.
Yeah. obviously.
But
if it was,
if
an
it was
amicable
like
split.
a relationship, like, all right, put it like this. A relationship when I was 19,
Mhm.
And it was okay, it was bad. But I also like now I could be friends with them and but why if that person was so bad to you and you guys are thing? But it's like I also look at it like, okay, but I was also 19.
Yeah.
What did I expect at that age from both of us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So
Like,
I don't.
They could be a different person
right.
now.
They're different. Like you. I feel like it also goes with stages of life.
Yeah.
So if I was to have an ex now and he was poorly, I wouldn't be his friend. If we ended things nicely, I don't see why not.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
I don't see
I guess
why
it depends on the definition of friendship. Like, you know what I mean?
True.
Like,
yeah.
like, friend on social media where you're just
You
you're
don't
connected
talk.
to each other, but you're not
Yeah.
like hanging out. You know,
Yeah.
that's why I feel like there's a difference of like, my male best friend
Yeah.
or just a male friend. Like, you're not meeting this person for coffee. You're not like, this person isn't coming to your house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't
Social
know.
events,
It depends.
yeah.
So when I say friend, I'm thinking like
Actual friend, you know
a
them.
friend that you're
person,
hanging out
yeah.
with. Like, would you hang out with your ex while you're in a relationship?
Right.
I feel like it depends. I feel like it depends,
And,
but if it's like, you know,
I don't know. I have a weird way of thinking. I don't know. I had a weird experience, right? Because my ex met when I was 14. He was 19. We were together for like 6 years
damn,
or whatever.
14 and 19.
That's not
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, it took me a second for the math to hit.
But it wasn't a good relationship. Again, we were at different stages of our life. But then I did meet the family. I got cool with the family or whatever. Then when I met my kid's father, me being the person that I am, because I was still cool with these people, even though we had long broken up, I didn't see like any reason to hate these people. Like,
Yeah.
right? So I thought I was doing the right thing by saying, and by the way, I'm still friends with my ex
Yeah.
sister-in-law and stuff like that. Girl, what was that for? They found out I was chilling in the same room. They caught up. And then to me, it's like, I'm not even doing anything with this person. I
Yeah.
don't see anything past
Mhm.
a friendship with this person. I don't
Yeah.
want a relationship with this person. So why does it bother you? But there's just some people that don't
Yeah.
know that level of maturity, I guess.
Yeah.
Like,
And I
that
feel
you
like-
can.
I feel like it does maybe, I feel like maybe it is cultural, like in the Spanish
Yeah.
culture, for especially like the older.
Yeah.
I feel like they don't feel like you could be just friends with the opposite sex. Like, you know, because we're speaking as like
Younger
Latina
generation.
American, like,
Yeah.
you know, but
Yeah.
so we're in a different
Yeah.
version. That's why I said when I say I have like these old values in me a little bit is
Mhm.
because my mom was raising me as someone who had like those older values. So it's like you're growing up with those values while growing up in a different modern world. So you're
Yeah.
trying to like shift things, but you always have in the back of your mind, oh wait, is this
Not
correct or is
correct,
this not correct?
Mhm.
Like you're not understanding that, it's just we're in a different setting than
Mhm.
how when they were raising you, they instilled those things in you. Because I feel like with older Spanish people, that's probably where it comes from. The whole leaving when the couple's there, or like, not intruding on their
Yeah,
space,
yeah.
not being best friends with the man while he's in
Yeah.
a relationship. I feel like that comes, like my mom wouldn't really do
So
that.
like
Yeah,
for
no.
for
Like my mom had
they
male
would
friends.
not be friends with exes.
Yeah, like
that's
my mom,
like a no.
My
That's
mom
a
always
given
had
no.
male friends, but
Yeah.
then she had more male friends than
Yeah.
girlfriends. But the relationships did shift when she was in a relationship.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
she didn't have the same, out of respect to her partner, she didn't have like the same. These were friends that she never
Yeah.
crossed a sexual line with.
But she was giving her partner the
Yeah,
respect,
the
of
respect
like,
to be like,
oh,
you know,
I shouldn't be
That's
friends
just
with
my
this
friend.
person.
Like I'm not gonna
yeah.
like hang out with this person the way that I was
Yeah.
before. So I grew up seeing stuff like that, and that's what I
Times
felt
have
like
changed,
that's what's
though.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So I agree with you as far as like, okay, I think I've only had like, I'm gonna count 3 serious relationships, right? As far as like with my ex-wife, even though we had like a beautiful love story and the relationship was great up until the end, and then just the way that it ended, the betrayal and all of that nastiness, how everything went down those last 2 weeks, I could never ever see myself
Being
forgiving her, becoming friends with her. Like I literally, it's been 3 years almost now, and I don't know anything about her since the last day that we saw each other 3 years ago. I don't know anything about her, and I don't even want to know. I don't wish her well, and I don't wish her bad, because I'm gonna be honest.
I gotta give a fuck about you.
She doesn't exist to me
Yeah, yeah,
anymore,
yeah.
right? And it's because of how things ended,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
But you're also
took
at
away-
a grown stage of your
Yeah.
life.
Like it took away everything from our past, like when we were friends in school, and took away the
It changed
relationship.
how you saw them as an individual.
Right.
It's not just the relationship. It's
Yes.
just like I saw you as a bad person.
Right. So
that I don't wanna
as
be
far
friends
as far as like her, never again. Like I say today, and I will say till the day I die, I will never ever receive her in my life. And it's funny though, because I felt like that with my other ex. That's how I felt when we broke up. Because in 2016, she kind of betrayed me too, where she did a whole fucking my best friend at the time type shit.
Oh.
And so, you know, even though at that point,
I mean, did you cut off the best friend too?
Oh yeah.
Oh, because I was about to say.
To be honest,
that's not a best friend no more.
Right. To be
Right.
honest, like I was more disappointed and like pissed off at the friend, than the ex, because the ex,
because it's equal.
We already had kind of like a toxic relationship when we were dating. Again, this is somebody I was dating when I was like 19 and immature, whatever. Like, I mean, I was mature. They were immature, but you know, like I understood. Like, I was like trying to save this person in our relationship type shit. So I gave them too many chances and all this stuff. But the relationship was.
So you kind of expected it.
Yeah, like it's
person.
something that I would have
expected.
So from them,
not your best
it didn't
friend.
hurt. Yeah, like it didn't hurt, but I was cutting that person off and just forgetting them. Like in that perspective, I cut the relationship with my friend at the time too, but I never thought that I would ever be friends with that ex. Mm-hmm. But because we were young, immature, and there's a lot
different stages.
There's a lot of things.
That's what I'm saying.
Behind it, right? As far as like today, they've done a lot of work with themselves, emotionally, everything, mentally, physically.
Sometimes people are not in the right.
Yeah,
I feel
going
like
through their own demons.
I just feel like some stuff. It all depends. I feel like age does play a big part because and your level of maturity,
healing. Therapy,
and it's like at some point that person could come back into your life and they are different, and you're not even attracted to them anymore. Where it's like it's not like they're a threat. Like I would ever be in a relationship. Or
sometimes
with them again.
You just accept the forgiveness to like move on.
So when my relationship ended 3 years ago with my wife, I unblocked my ex. Reached out to them and was like, "Yo, what the fuck? Like, do I give off this like such a good person that you can just like play me type of shit?" Like, because you know, like I was like so confused by what the fuck happened with my wife that I was like I need answers. Like, you know, like the shit that she was saying didn't make sense to me, and I was like, no, I need to know, right? So I reached out to my ex, and I was like, what the fuck? Like,
can you give me something?
This happened, and like tell me why you did it, because I feel like I need to know, you know. So then that opened up the way for us to talk. And this person took accountability for everything they did to me in all those years and explained to me the work that they've been doing on themselves, you know, over the last, at that point, 4 years. We somehow formed or rebuilt an actual like friendship. And now I have a friendship with this person as the new version of themselves, you know, with their new name and everything, like who they truly are, because they weren't like they were struggling back then. They were fighting demons, and, you know, like they weren't who they were at the time. And so, you know, because again, I'm a mature individual, I'm an adult, and I understood where this person was coming from. It like opened the way for us to have a friendship. And we don't talk every day, but we do check in with each other from time to time. Again,
so it's like a friendship, but it's not like a best friendship,
right? And it's and it's
like I said, there's levels of friendship.
And it was when we were dating, it was good, it was great when it was just the two of us, and then the toxicity happened, the breakup was bad. I never thought that I would be friends with them, but because of the situation, like it's situational, I guess you can say. Yeah. I think that's literally the only ex that I'm friends with, that I could say that I'm friends with, and it's just friendly. Like there's no flirting, there's none of that, like communication and contact. There's not like I don't feel like emotional.
What about those friendships that come later in life that have nothing to do with like it being an ex? What about like friendships of the opposite sex when you are already in a relationship and this person you just happen to meet? Like how?
I mean, if it's not
how do you feel about that?
I mean, if it depends again, like how is the relationship? Like are you platonic?
Like let's say let's say if I'm in a relationship, I start a new job and then I meet a guy there, but we like literally hit it off as friends. Yeah. Like there's no ulterior motives. Like how do you feel about that and introducing it to your relationship? Because
it's funny because you always have like a work husband, work wife situation, and then your actual partner does feel insecure when you
It
come
does
home and
happen,
you're just
yes.
talking about this person all
friend
day,
the
every
time.
day.
Yeah,
So
and when you look at it, they talk about work
Yeah.
husbands, and it's like you spend a lot of your fucking day with them.
yeah,
Imagine.
like half of your day with
Like
your work
half of your
husband,
day.
the other half of your day you're at home with your
Yeah.
partner. So it's like it depends on how your relationship is going. If the relationship is strong and well, there's no insecurity.
No threat. I think
Yeah.
communication is a big part of it. Communicate, like don't hide it. Just say something, and also how far are you going to take that friendship?
Yeah, don't
like
hide
I
it.
said,
That's
are
the
you
biggest-
going to be texting them? Are you gonna, or is it just someone that you text once in a while? You know,
Right.
or are you planning to, like, I don't know, go
Yeah.
do stuff with
Is
them?
it just a
like, out
friendship
and
at
about?
work only and you're not planning to be friends outside of work?
Right.
No,
Like,
like
are you meeting
outside
up
of
with
work.
them?
Like
Are
you
you
guys
going to
hit
the
it off.
movies with
Yeah.
them?
You guys
know,
hit it
going to
off
the
so
bar
well. Like
afterwards.
this is like a friendship. Like let's say it's a
Yeah.
friendship that you're like, oh my god, I've never had this type of friendship
Yeah.
before, and like, and it's just such a good friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you meet them later in life.
I
Like,
would feel like communicating. Just
Yeah,
telling your, like, I would
obviously,
introduce
yeah.
them. Like, I feel like when I
At
don't know,
that
that's,
point, you
maybe
bring
that's
your
my
partner
old-fashioned.
with you.
Yeah,
You know,
like-
you could be like, oh,
Yeah.
hey, we could
This is
double
my
date. You
boyfriend,
have a
whatever.
girlfriend, you know,
This
like,
is my husband.
yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like introduction is necessary. If it's like
Mhm.
if relationship came first and then this other
Yeah.
person is coming after, I feel like introduction is necessary. Like
Yeah.
this is my husband, this is my boyfriend, whatever, and then taking it from there. I don't know.
Okay.
That's just how I see it.
Agreed. So I wanted to talk about the, like, can exes be friends? Because I was overhearing or honestly eavesdropping on, like, my coworkers talking. The one girl was just seeking for advice. She felt like she was in a situation where she had been talking to her ex as friends. She recently found out that now he has a new girlfriend, but he hasn't told her yet. And it makes her feel uncomfortable because she's wondering, like, well, why hasn't he told me? You know, she's like, not that she cares, right? Like, it is what it is. Like, they've been broken up for years. They were friends, you know, for a little while, and according to her, they're not, like, inappropriately friends. But it made her feel some kind of way to find out from someone else that now he's dating somebody and he
Oh, I
hasn't
see.
told her. So she was just trying to, like, get advice on that. And mine, you know, I've
maybe
been
it has nothing to do with her. Maybe it has
Yeah.
everything to do with him.
exactly.
Yeah.
Why are you? Why?
Yeah.
Maybe he's the one that feels a certain way towards her
Yeah.
when she just sees it platonically.
Right.
And that's why
exactly.
he's hiding it from
Yes,
her because
case
in
it doesn't
hopes
go well.
then he still can fall back
Yeah.
on her. I think
So-
it's not a reflection of her, honestly.
Right.
And
Yeah.
sometimes you don't know too.
And she
the
could
other
make the
partner
decision,
too. Like
yeah.
the other, like that's why I said it's
It's-
about communication because
Mhm.
maybe you're with someone that they don't like for you to have an opposite
Right.
sex.
But
True.
then
Yeah,
that's
like his
also
girlfriend
very-
wouldn't want him to be friends.
It's
yeah,
also
and some people
very-
respect that. Like, you know, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
very case by case because what if you date with someone and you have to now make that choice and he's like, oh, well, I don't really like you hanging out with this guy. You
Yeah.
have to make that choice to be like, you're going to fight for that friendship and this relationship.
Mhm.
Or you're going to be like, you know what? Okay, I will draw my boundaries with this guy to appease
I will
you.
draw boundaries, but in the same way that I would have to ask my partner, like, you have to give me more than why you just don't like this person,
Right.
Yeah.
because I can't. That's
Yeah.
kind of hypocritical in a way,
It's
like.
kind of controlling too.
Yeah,
and
like
that's
for
not
you,
okay.
all because my relationship, like my friend,
Mhm.
I put it like this, right? Relationships can come and go.
Mhm.
Exactly.
If your friends have been your friend
Yeah.
for a long time, you should also respect that. Like,
Yeah.
because your friend is going to be there after your relationship goes. And I'm not saying that your relationship is
Right.
going to fail right off the bat.
No,
But
Yeah,
but
no.
if
But-
and when it does,
If it does,
yeah.
if you are feeling, are you my partner, you're my partner, and you're feeling that I shouldn't be friends, you have to give me the reason why.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why do you feel that I can't be friends with this person? Did you see something that I'm not seeing, that I'm blind to because that's
Yeah.
my friend? What did you see that made you uncomfortable?
So
Right.
you're talking about like a person, but I'm saying,
Right.
what if they are just the type of person that feels like, no,
Like,
you
for
cannot
example-
be
I
friends
can't.
with
I
the
can't
opposite
do
For
sex.
that.
example,
I
like,
can't.
Then I
let's
feel like
just
you have to
say-
talk about that from the beginning.
Yeah,
too.
like,
Like, they
I can't
can't
do
just throw
that.
that on you out of nowhere.
I
and you've
can't
been
do that
dating for a
because
while.
like that's the controlling tactic.
Yeah.
I think that's controlling.
what if their
Yeah.
reason is one of their previous exes cheated on them with their friend, like with a
That's your
friend?
healing.
That's
That's
their
your own
reason.
healing.
That you need to go
Yeah.
heal that because
Right.
the
You
just
can't put
because
that on
she
everybody.
did that
And if
doesn't
you
mean
did,
that
that's
I'm gonna
fine.
do that.
Yeah.
But then you have to, like, as a couple, I feel like you have to talk about it and say, well, if that's like, was it deal breaker?
Okay.
If that's a deal breaker for you, then we're
Then,
not going to work
yeah.
out because I don't want to give up my friendships
Right.
for
Can
this.
I be
Like,
honest?
I love you or
Yeah.
like I care for you, but
Yeah.
you have to give me the space to also have these friends.
Yeah.
Right.
Go ahead.
So,
Because I want
like,
to share something.
I'm not gonna, if I get in a relationship, I'm not gonna consider, or I'm not gonna introduce my ex as like, oh, this is my ex and we're
Yeah,
friends.
no.
This is my friend so
My
and
friend,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what we are now. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
were an ex 10 exes ago. Like, it doesn't count
Right,
anymore, you know?
right.
Like, okay, fine,
That
you
could
know,
be
like,
controversial for some people.
I get it, because then the new person might feel like, you know, whatever. But I guess
Mhm.
we'll see where the relationship goes.
Yeah.
And then,
Depending
you know,
on
but
the level of
like,
relationship.
yeah. Or if they ask, how did you meet?
Right.
Or whatever, like, oh, well, we used to date back in the
There
days.
was a clip.
But it's like,
there was a clip that came up recently. I think
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a show or something. I don't know who I was watching that with. But there was a clip that came up recently, and the guy literally got upset because he's
Yeah.
like, "You just told me they were your friend. You
Yeah.
never told me that you guys dated."
well,
And
they
her
are my
defense
friend
was-
today, and
Yeah.
they've been my friend for years.
It
But
is
her
you
defense
can
controversial.
ask
was-
how we know each other
Yeah,
back then.
her defense was that
So-
they dated like as kids, like they
Yeah.
were like 14, 15,
Oh,
16.
I think was it the show that I'm watching?
Probably.
90
it was
Day
something like
Fiancé?
that. Probably,
Yeah.
yeah, it was a show. I was like,
Yeah,
I knew it
yeah.
was a show. And
Yeah.
that was an argument there.
Yeah.
Like, he was mad, but then, and it was funny because while I was watching it, I was like, well, they were just friends a long time ago.
Yeah.
So that's why for me, it's
Mhm.
case by case.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say, like how I mentioned my mom, she had this really long relationship, right? I don't even know how many years, like almost a 20-year relationship.
Mhm.
And it was almost like a marriage, you know? And my mom always had male friends. And for the sake of this relationship, she kind of obviously
Cut people
dropped
off.
these male
Yeah.
friends because just for like, you know, stroke the ego of this man in her life.
Mhm.
And then
That's not a stable man.
it's not
It's not
healthy. Yeah,
healthy.
it wasn't
No.
healthy because these people, like you said, these are people that were there for you. So my mom gave up these relationships.
Yeah, look it up now.
For the, she gave up these relationships for the relationship.
Mhm.
And now that she broke up, and they broke up, what, 20 years later? Like right now, my mom's a woman
Has
in her
no
50s,
friends.
you know? No, she was able to reach out to them again, and she's like,
Well, she's
like
lucky.
finding herself again, and she's like, wow, like she always felt so bad that
And
she
you gotta
had
be
to let go of those
and you gotta be
relationships.
thankful for the friends
To
that
stay around. They don't take it personally.
that are willing to take you back, because now there's some friends that's like, no,
No, they
screw
should-
you.
you-
Like
yeah,
you
you
fucking
Common
Yeah.
law
Left
marriage.
But it might be common law. No, but that's the thing though that I feel like for her is different though, because they are from that older. Like
Yeah.
obviously her friends
Yeah.
are in her age group, so
yeah.
Yeah.
they understand. But
Yes.
she did feel like, damn, like I came back and like I missed these people.
Yeah.
She's like, I missed these relationships, and she's like, I can't believe that I
Almost
gave this up
lost that,
for this person. That
sacrifice
at
so
the
many
end-
years of not
Yeah,
having
like she
having
felt
that
like she gave
emotional
up herself.
support, not
Yeah.
having that, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
moral
That's why I
support.
feel like
she gave up herself during
in
that
any
relationship.
relationship, whether you have friendships that are opposite sex or same
Yeah.
sex, right? When you're
'Cause
in
that
a
happens too.
relationship, don't change your routine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Don't stop having. Yes, things are gonna change because you're in a relationship,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Especially if you live with the person, it
Yeah.
changes.
Yeah.
Or if you have kids, whatever, it changes.
Mhm.
But what I'm saying is, don't stop doing the things that you used to do with your friends. Being
Yeah,
your own
you
person.
still have to have autonomy a little
right?
bit.
You
for
still
yourself.
got to be your own person, and don't change it up. Like, yes,
Yeah.
your friends got to also understand, like, okay,
Yeah.
I might
Times
not be
change. I gotta
there
make time for everybody.
24/7.
Yes.
You know, because I do have a life, I do have this,
I gotta give
but
time to them.
don't revolve yourself around that person
yeah.
only.
Right.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
agree with that. Because
Yeah.
it could be even with same-sex friends, like if you have girlfriends,
Yeah.
and people change when they're in a relationship. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm not gonna hang out with you anymore, or like whatever.
Yeah, and it
Some people
causes
do take that personally
problems.
because it's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, now your
Right.
relationship's over and you're just gonna come back to us. Like,
right? No,
Right.
I take
Yeah.
it personally.
obviously we're all busy adults. Like you see those memes that are
Yeah.
like, damn, meeting
We'll
with
just
meeting with
meet
friends as
next
an
year.
adult. It's like,
Right.
oh, let's make an
See you in
appointment.
6 months.
Yeah, are you
Right.
free?
Yeah.
You
I
know,
mean, it
January
also.
5th. At
I
12
feel like
p.m.
that also changes when, okay, so like you're by yourself, right? And you get in a relationship, you move in with this person, blah 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 blah. You don't have kids, right? So you not having kids gives you a little bit more freedom, right? More of that space, as opposed to me, like if I'm in a relationship and I have my kids with
You
this
gotta give
so
your
and so
kids
person,
time,
I gotta
your
give,
partner
like I
time.
gotta give my household
Yeah.
that time. So it's not
Yeah.
as freeing as like I can just
Yeah.
get up and go,
Yeah.
you know?
Mhm. I be
Um,
thinking that. I'm like, damn, if I get in a relationship, I'm like, oh man, like, because me and Jams do so much stuff together, like go to the gym together. I go to her
Right.
house to cook after work. And it's like, oh, if I'm in a relationship,
When am I gonna
That'll
make time for
change.
then?
Yeah, I'm like,
It'll
that's gonna
change, but
and
I
I'm
don't
like,
feel
oh.
like it'll change that much. Like, you know,
You can make it
But
work.
yeah,
you
have
might
to
not
balance.
you
have
might
to
not have to
balance.
go. You might not be able to go to her house every day
Yeah.
to cook, and Jen, you don't
Exactly,
have to start
exactly,
cooking your own goddamn food.
No. Tiffany feeds me.
God damn it, that'll be the only downside for you.
We have we have a system here going.
Right.
But yeah, I'd be thinking about that. I'm like, oh, my partner's gonna have to be okay with Jan. It's like there was
We're
like
a
that
throuple.
joke.
We're
There
gonna
was
be a
a
third
song.
wheel.
There was like a TikTok sound that was like me and whatever.
Oh,
It's always me, John, and Frank, or something like that. It was like,
Yo.
it's like there's always a couple, and then the
what's
extra
the
person.
funny part, right?
I used
So,
to be that for you though.
That happened to me.
You were always with your couple, and then I was just there all the time.
That
I
happened
would
to
be her
me.
third wheel. Like
She
my
was my
entire
kid.
because she's always been in a couple. She's always been in a
honestly
relationship.
in my relationship with my kid's dad, I was in a throuple, and I honestly feel like I was.
Oh,
She was
with
the
his
third
friend,
wheel.
right?
I was the third wheel. That was his
Yeah.
wife. Fuck that, yo. I was the chia. Because let me just tell you,
You're the third wheel, but that's what
everywhere
it
we
is.
went, I was I'm gonna tell you though, I was so fucking annoying in the beginning.
That's why
But
there has to be
then-
boundaries.
But then, right,
Yeah.
it started changing when he would do things that Alex wasn't doing, right? Like, let's say Pedro slept over. If I made breakfast, yo, Pedro washed my dishes. I'm kind of like this.
Yeah,
I said, oh,
like, hey, we
wait,
gonna
hold
use
on.
love, yeah.
This may work. This may work a little.
Live-in nanny.
Right. So, like, it was literally like a throuple.
Yeah.
I cooked, he washed the dishes.
Right. If they're
I
always there,
he
you're
took
part of the
out the
household.
garbage.
And
You're
the
part
other
of the
one is just
household,
enjoying
right?
both of you.
And it was like
Bro time and wife
for
time.
real, like, and it was like kind of like the roles were switching because
Yeah.
then Alex wouldn't do shit, and Pedro was the man,
That's
and
funny.
I was the woman, and then
That's
but then
funny.
it was switched where I was the chia because they would do everything, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
they're going on a date
but
and you left home.
it did annoy me in the
That's
beginning
fair.
because okay, so it annoyed me in the aspect of when it came down to us
Who
doing
came first?
family
Oh.
shit together, right?
Mhm.
Like a So, for instance, we went one year to down the shore, and it was just supposed, in my mind, it was just supposed to be me and the kids and him. Little did I know,
You should have known better.
it was me, the kids, him, and him, and I'm like, yo, if I would have known that, I would have brought another friend of mine. Like,
yeah.
right.
like I always
Yeah.
felt like I was the extra.
and
Yeah.
then they would be hanging out, and you're just
I
with the
didn't,
kids.
but it annoyed
it
me
wouldn't feel
because
like
I
a
felt
It's
vacation.
not
like
a family thing at
Yeah.
this
it
point.
had to be. There has to be boundaries. Like
Yeah.
there just had to be boundaries.
Yeah, I think that's important.
You know?
Yeah, just boundaries. Yeah,
Yeah.
like talk about it first. Like, hey,
Right.
is this gonna be our thing, or can we, you
Yeah.
know, not just
Right.
expecting? Oh, you already know this
Yeah.
friend's always with me all the time, 24/7.
Yeah. I always feel like
You
I
know?
think it's healthy for me to keep my friends and my friend
Oh, yeah.
my time with my friends, my time with myself, and I want that for you too.
Yeah.
We can obviously hang out all together as a group once in a blue, but like I don't want to have to feel like I have to be friends with your friends because they're your friends. Like you guys
Right.
do your own thing, I do my thing.
Yeah, they always say keep
I'm
your.
very antisocial anyway. Like I don't want to have to meet new people and all this
people,
other stuff. Like
right.
that's not me. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Like I can be,
And I don't wanna-
invite me
what
to
if you
a
don't vibe with
party.
their friends?
Invite me to a party, whatever. Like I'm there,
Yeah.
but
Like,
like,
I'll be your
I'm
plus one.
chilling. Like I'm cool to be chilling in the corner by myself. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
like that's how I enjoy my time. I don't
Yeah.
want to.
Like I'll be cool to be your plus one, but I don't need to get along with all
Yeah,
your
like
friends
I don't
either,
need
you
everybody
know?
to give me attention. Like I'm
Yeah.
not a special guest. Like you know.
That's funny. So at the end, we're like, what's the verdict?
Right.
It's case by case.
Right.
It's case by
It
case.
is,
I
it
do
is.
want to.
It's really
I
case
do
by
want to
case.
give my coworker props. Though she told me last night that she made the decision not to speak to this person anymore because it did make her feel uncomfortable and it put her in an awkward situation. And she decided for herself that she would rather not be friends with him if he's in a relationship. So
Yeah.
for
And
her
I-
own
I feel
sanity,
like-
I feel like
okay, so that
if that's
I
what
mean
she wanted,
that's
I'm
what
happy
she
for
wants,
her.
but
Yeah.
also I know I said my piece on what I thought about it, but what I didn't think or bring up right then and there is how long has he been dating this girl?
Yeah, I asked her too,
Right,
but because
because
she doesn't know because she heard from someone else.
What if it's
so-
like a fresh relationship
Yeah.
and he's just
Vibing
working
it out,
his
vibing it
way
out,
around?
yeah.
Because
So the thing
to
is,
bring it
yeah.
across, what
Like,
if
they don't
it's
gotta
that?
tell you right away. I
honestly,
don't know.
the conversation was not with me. The
Yeah.
conversation was her asking her other coworker who's a friend of hers. But I felt like even though the coworker was asking all the right questions and giving her good advice, it was very like one-sided. So I did step in. You know, I was being nosy and I was like, wait, because you know how I am. I'm a fucking Gemini. I'm a devil and an angel. And I'm just like, no, I need to know all sides of everything. Like, it can't be that general. Like, you can't just, because her friend was like, our other coworker was asking, well, you know, how long did you guys break up? When did you date? Da da da. Like, all the right questions. But then she was just like, yeah, no, no. Like, it's just, don't even bother being friends with him. And I was like, wait, no, but that's not fair, right? You know, like, so I told her, I was like, maybe he hasn't told you because the relationship is new and he doesn't know where it's going. And it's not that serious yet. Right. Or maybe, you know, like, he just doesn't feel like it's something he has to say because guys are dumb. Guys are dumb. He's like, I don't even know this bitch yet. Yeah, like, guys are just dumb anyway. Like, or maybe he just needs to, he's trying to figure out how to tell you without it being awkward. I don't know. Like, you know, so I felt like I felt like it depends. But at the end, I basically told her, what do you want? Like, think about it that way. Because she did throw in there, like, oh, well, I just think I would rather not talk to him. And I was like, okay, that's great. Like, you're making a decision for you. But why did she want to talk to him? I guess because it depends what the conversations are. She did say that it's just friendly all the time, like, whatever. But us being women, you know, like, we sometimes hold on to some sentimental value or emotions or whatever. Like, you know. So, for her, she may have an emotional attachment to what was. And she's happy with being friends now. But it makes her feel uncomfortable that he's hiding that from her. Because, like with me, you know, like you become friends with somebody and you expect them to basically tell you everything. So once you find out from somebody else, it's tricky. Something that's really big. This is a big deal. You're dating someone, you know, like you're considering them your girlfriend. It's not just a dating. Oh, okay. So you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I feel like at that point, then why would you exclude me?
If it's too new, you know? And everything, let's just give him the benefit of the doubt. If it's too new, that's probably why he. I don't want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I feel like it's just awkward. I understand too, but again, it depends on. Yeah, we don't know the full. We don't know his side of the story. We don't know. You don't even know her relationship with him. How it really went down. Yeah, because girls sometimes downplay stuff too.
Yeah, or maybe
she
from
probably
her
could feel that way because she probably does have a little bit.
She likes him too. You never know.
Maybe she got a little. Well, I think she just felt uncomfortable knowing the fact that he has a girlfriend and he just hasn't mentioned it. So again, it goes to how the conversation goes. Maybe he does still flirt with her a little bit sometimes. Yeah, and it makes her feel uncomfortable. I don't think it has anything to do with her still liking him or having feelings for him. Maybe not. But I do think that maybe because again, exes like to do that too. They like to flirt. Like a source of, they think that it's funny or cute. It's
kind of like entitlement too.
So you know. I don't know. Honestly, until I got officially divorced, legally divorced from my son's father, he knows that it triggers me, but he will still call me his wife. Like he would use that every time. I'm like, oh my God, why are you calling? Like your son is 15, 14. He can talk to you. He has a phone. You can call him. You don't have to call me. And he'll be like, you're still my wife. And I'll be like, oh my God. Like, you know, it's just like that sense of entitlement again. So, so I get it. You know what I mean? So,
you're making my skin crawl. Every time. I could just picture Jemima on the other side of the phone.
This is why you get blocked.
Baby daddies bring out a whole different type of
No, they do. They sure do.
We gotta save that for another episode, though. Right. We gotta have a baby daddy episode.
Yo,
yeah, we're gonna have a
special guest. They know how to push some buttons, man.
Yeah, we have a Prima that wants to join that conversation, so we gotta schedule that.
When we do the baby daddy one, unless we are able to take a trip to Florida,
fuck my baby daddy.
We're gonna have her on Zoom.
Got a baby daddy. Fuck y'all, baby daddies. I be on the fuck baby daddy train with people.
Well, you fuck your baby daddy. Your dad.
Oh yeah, fuck that baby daddy.
So you can still have a perspective. Okay, I know you have the perspective as a child.
So, anyways, the verdict is case by case. So we want to know what y'all thinking. What are your thoughts? Tell us your stories. You know, like we said, we always want to hear from y'all. Y'all don't be commenting enough. Nobody wants to talk to us.
Nobody wants to talk about their experience.
But tell us your experience. Tell us what is your point of view on this. What are your stories? I know there's a lot of people
do you have success stories with exes or and this is just like an ex. We're not talking about like your ex baby daddy, like your co-parenting.
Yeah.
No, we're talking about like
that might
an
be
ex
different.
relationship, and
Yeah.
you know that's it. Like that you have no other
Yeah,
attachments.
and opposite sex too.
And
Yeah.
opposite
How's that
sex.
work?
Yeah.
What are your
Male besties,
views
girl
on
besties.
it?
Yeah. So let us know. But thanks for joining us again today.
Bye,
Bye,
Primas.
Primas.